Hello everyone and welcome to the WriteUp 7 solution video. I will be walking you through this. I've got a few steps laid out here and I will go through the solution in code later. So for this WriteUp, Alphonse wants us to define a visitor when executed on an LR struct of Boolean string character and returns true if all the strings in the host begin with the letter CH, not the different characters C and H, but the variable CH, and false if anything else. And luckily we can assume that none of the strings are null, so that kind of makes our job a little bit easier. Alright, to put it a little bit more plainly, what kind of an LR struct visitor am I working with? First and foremost, right here it says LR struct Boolean string character, and we can see that down here again. So our return type is Boolean, which is the first one in our trio, and then string is our datum type, and then character is a thing we're going to be passing around and checking. There we go, mouse. It just worked for me. Character is going to be the thing we're checking against all the strings, and then returning true or false based on whatever Alphonse wants us to do here. So to put it simply, what kind of an LR struct visitor am I working with? Return type Boolean, datum type string, input type character. Alright, so what am I doing with all this information? We are going to check to see if all the strings in it start with the given character. So how exactly are we going to go about doing this? For the empty whoops. Alright, so how are we going to go about doing this for the empty case first, since that's the easiest one to figure out? So when we have an empty case down here, we have nothing to compare it to. We want to return true. I know a lot of my students put false. We want to return true because if you want to think of it like this, we're going through an entire LR struct and we're checking each of the datum, and if they're all starting with the character that we're looking for, we don't want to return false because that would give a false negative. So we want to return true to make sure we're saying things are as we want them. Boop. And then how do I do this on a non-empty case? So to walk ourselves through it, I jotted down some notes. So how do I figure out first and foremost if I should return true or false on the current datum? Well, first of all, we want to get the datum, which is our string, and then grab the first character in that, which is char at 0, because that's the first character in the string, and we just want to see if it is the same as the character we're passing through the entire LR struct. And then how do I check the rest of them? Same thing as always. We want to do get the rest, execute this, and then pass along the character. And then how do I combine the two of these? So basically what I mean is, how do I take the Boolean value I get from this first part and combine it with all the rest of the Boolean values in the LR struct? And we just want to use the logical AND operator. So double ampersand, because we want to return a Boolean, and this is how we compare Booleans, and we want to make sure that they are all true, meaning logical AND. Alright, cool. So time to code a few notes. We don't have to write tests this time because Alphonse gave them to us, and then we can also ignore any null strings. Alright, so for our empty case, what do we say we do? We do true. Nothing fancy here. And then for our non-empty case, what did we say we were going to do? Up here, grab our datum, compare, and then execute on the rest. So we do host dot get datum dot char at, because we're working with a string right now, and then 0 for the first one. Then we want to compare it to the character being passed in, which is CH. And then to tie them together, we use our logical AND, which is just, here we go. And then tie it in with the rest, host.get rest.execute, passing in this, and then our character we're comparing everything to, which is just CH. And that's it. Run our reference test just to check. They all pass. Simple enough. So just to go through that again, very simply, we just want to check the first character in each string in our LR struct, return true if they all start with the same character as the one we're checking them against, and that's simple enough. I feel like I should say more. I'm not sure. Hope this one wasn't too hard for you guys, and if you have any questions or problems or comments, feel free to post in the comments below or ask us on Piazza. We're always happy to help. And I hope LR Struct gets easier for you if it isn't easy already. Good luck.